So he is gonna keep singing his burn song, and he's be like, "Why'd you pick it up? It's still burning you." And he gets to roll the 2d8 again.
Baby, burn.
Fuck off.
Woo!
He has to make the Constitution save again, though.
Yes.
Burn, baby, burn. Longsword inferno.
He makes it.
Yeah, there it is. That is my bonus action. I will use my rapier as my actual action.
Yes, do it.
16 for
16
7
hits.
points of piercing damage.
Yes. Right, so you're just slamming into it. You can see that this thing is quite frustrated now as it's trying to hold onto its weapon, and you guys are just attacking it from all fronts, slashing and cutting through its studded armor in between these spiky protrusions. You can see what looks like blood, or should be blood, but it's more like a black ichor that's very similar to the ichor that's now attacking your two friends seat between the cracks. So that's your turn. It is now going to attempt to strike at you, you little annoying halfling that keeps singing at its face. Even in death, it can't get a break. Misses both. Nat 1 and a 2. I am now out of d20s.
Can't hit
Last
this.
d20. Yeah, you're just dodging and weaving in between. The flyers have now dispersed, and it's just hitting the stone and hitting its own casket, and you can see it bouncing off because it's not really making any damage there. The ooze-like constructions are going to attack you now, Ender, or one of them at least. That definitely hits. It's a 19 plus.
Yep.
Okay. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And
I'm not looking very well.
Are you wearing any armor?
I am. Studded leather.
Studded leather. Alright, so it's not really metal. Yeah, so you can kind of see some of your studs kind of start to corrode and almost eat away. But the armor itself is still holding in place. So that's that go. Did you also attack it as well with a dagger before?
I tried to stab it, but I missed.
Missed.
But
Okay.
I was going to attack it with metal swords, yeah.
Everything else has been ranged.
Given what it's doing to my armor, I'm about to reevaluate that option. But
And it is now top of the round.
Yo. Oh, hey, that's convenient.
Yeah.
To be fair, did the other one try and attack me?
The other one did try to attack you. I don't think it hit. Oh yeah, sorry. That was cocked. 13. 16. Yep.
16 does hit.
Okay. That's 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, and I will hellish rebuke him.
Okay. It's like, please hit me.
fair, he
Please
says.
hit me.
Yeah.
Harder, daddy, harder.
Now it's please don't hit me because I'm out of spell slots.
That's okay, because as your hellish rebuke slams into it, should have learned the first time, it just dissipates in a flash of ichor that just goes across the ground. It's done. Top of the round.
Yay.
Ender.
Okay. No, I'm just going to attack it again with my short sword.
Okay.
You may want to use a cure light wounds on yourself.
Oh, you'd think that, but I miss anyway, so it's fine. Unless...
Misses.
Well, now... Hold on. Now that I'm no longer frightened...
Yes.
Favorite
now that
terrain.
this crypt is in hand, do I get that 14? Yeah, do I still get the 14 instead
Yeah.
of 9?
I said I'd let you have it, so I'll let you have it. Even though technically you're in a
Okay.
crypt, so it's not really. But yeah, I'll let you have it because I said I would. And so yeah, that's 10 points of piercing damage. So yeah, again, you
And then-
kind of slam into it
then-
with your weapon, and it just disperses.
So Hunter's marked it, so it gets the 5 points.
Nice. Yeah, you overkill this thing. You just disperse it across the stonework. Your weapon though, as it kind of makes contact, you can see it kind of start to rust a little bit on the edges. Your weapon is now at a -1 to all damage rolls.
Okay.
So take -1 to any further damage
Yeah,
rolls
that's
that particular weapon
Yep.
does.
I'll put it in the damage code.
Tarnished. Okay. Zan. What would you like to do?
Zen is going to put the rapier away and draw the short sword and dagger.
Yes.
So I am going to use my attack action with the short sword and bonus with the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
So, nope.
Misses. Alright. That's your go.
And then the
And the
bonus action
off
with the
bonus
dagger.
action with the dagger. That hits. So 6 points.
All right, then I will use my sneak attack on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, 11 points of damage.
Yeah. So as you pull your first attack across, it kind of ducks out of the way and twists and turns at you, and kind of with the steaming weapon in its hand, and as it kind of looks at you and glares at you, you kind of give it a grin, and you toss the dagger around in your hand and just slam it up underneath its head, straight through. You can see the blade kind of point out through the top of its skull. And you pull it out, and ichor and gore just across this casket as it just and tumbles down into the casket, seemingly motionless. Dead.
Ah, that went pretty well. As he wipes some ichor off his face.
Went really
Whatever
well
the
because the
ability-
DM couldn't hit anything. The entire
Whatever
combat.
ability it was you used, I appreciate it.
Oh. Sorry, 1 second.
You're right.
You know, I'll take it. It's fine. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself. Because I'm not feeling very well.
The armor that said Skeleton Man is wearing. Does that look salvageable at any point?
As it drops to the ground and it kind of, the body in the armor itself withers and kind of comes to nothing, to like a dust almost, around a skeleton. You check out the armor, and it
Did he touch the sword?
hasn't touched his sword yet.
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Just making sure.
You kind of feel across the armor, and it seems to be in place. It seems to be holding together. It's kind of like it was. You're pretty sure this is really old armor. The leather work is of a time far back. They do things differently now, but it's like it's been frozen in time. It's still usable. So
It just looks so goth and so metal. I mean,
it does. It really does.
To be fair, it looks a little tacky to me. Like, why does he need the studs to be so large? That's just ridiculous. Reed snaps his fingers, and the sword's the glowingness of the sword kind of like dissipates.
Okay.
He's gonna pick up the sword,
Okay.
play with it.
Pick up the sword. It's beautiful. It's beautifully made. It's got like a very dark hilt. Very goth in appearance. But you feel like you feel like there's nothing special with the sword. It just feels like a standard long sword. You kind of just toss it in your hands a couple of times, and you're a magic user, so you don't really feel any magic pull from it.
But it's pretty. It looks rich, right?
It looks rich. It looks like this guy. Yeah.
So we're gonna sell this, right?
I would say check with the ranger and see if he needs it.
Do you need a sword? No.
I mean, do you not?
I prefer the rapier. The long sword's a little heavy. I can use it. Of course, I can use it. I can do pretty much everything. But I'd prefer to use the rapier. You know, it's just
I like
classier.
my short swords. You know, I've got one here.
Well,
I've got one
it's
on my
kind
back,
of-
and I just sort of draw them both at once. It's so good.
All right. Well, we'll keep it till you can
I've had
find.
these swords a very, very long time. I like.
Are you stripping
Cool.
him of his armor, Zan?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you're undoing the straps of this gross corpse, kind of pulling on pieces. And as you're pulling like the top section, you can see that large black gem with the silver tendrils kind of shift on his chest and hit the stonework. The chain, there's no neck to hold it.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that's a really creepy necklace there.
The stone. Did it not mention a stone?
Well, yeah, she said, no. She said I could have stone or keep the stone. Who's she?
I do not know, but
You feel like your halfling friend might have got hit in the head a little too hard.
I feel we probably should not touch this, but we cannot leave it here.
So touch it, but don't touch it.
I'm sure I've got a rope. I
I
could make a slate.
kind of want to touch it.
Wrap it up in cloth.
I can't stop you touching it.
I feel like we should find out who this belongs to, and me touching it would probably be the best way for us to figure that out.
Okay.
Reed's gonna walk over to the necklace and pick it up.
Where do you keep your money at?
On my person at all times. Don't worry.
Good to know.
He's gonna touch it. He definitely is. He's fascinated by the swirlingness. It looks exquisite.
You reach out your little halfling hand, and as you reach closer, just as you're about to touch it, you hear this whisperings down, but it's too late. Your hand's already touched this gleaming surface of it. And as you do, it's slightly too large for your hand to completely encompass, but you do get a good grip on it, and you lift it. And as you do, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, you do.
Did you roll? An 18.
18.
You guys are rolling like bosses today. Bosses! You can feel...
We rolled a bunch of ones in attacks.
Yeah, but when it counts. So these voices, as your hand touches it, kind of start to overwhelm your senses. You can hear...
Guys, everybody, one at a time.
Voices,
seriously, holy smokes.
Cacophony of voices just slamming into you. People screaming, people calling out, people begging to be saved, begging to be spared, crying, shouting and screaming, and you kind of pick up, hold your head for a moment, and you both see this as he kind of shakes his head, and then the voices disperse, and the silvery tendrils in the stone just kind of sit still. Do you pick it up?
Zan is standing behind you with his weapon drawn, waiting. If you do not act like his friend or his employer, it might be bad.
Having retrieved my bow before I stepped up here, I've also got an arrow knocked.
Guys, what are you doing? It just gave me a little bit of a headache, but I'm fine.
Okay? You feel good?
Yeah, stop swirling. See?
What? Swirling?
Yeah, it was swirling. It was like, ooh. That's why I had to touch it, because it looked expensive. But it stopped swirling. There's a lot of people screaming. I think it might be the source of his power or powers. You know what, Zan? Yeah, I'm gonna take your advice, and he's gonna put it in his pocket, as opposed to wear it like he was originally planning. Into the pocket it goes.
Okay.
And Ander, can you carry the sword? I'm tiny.
I can. Certainly.
Right.
I'll pass it here.
Pick up the large sword and you heft it. That stone is quite large, so your tiny little pockets probably couldn't encompass it.
Then it's gonna.
You can definitely hold it. It's like that big for you. It's like.
Oh, so
quite large,
If
and it's
you want,
on a large chain.
I've got a pack. We can just take it back to town.
All right. And he hands it out to him.
So that sword,
I-
is that
I just-
a
I
long
op-
sword or a great
A
sword?
long sword.
The
Long
bag,
sword.
and I hold it out, drop it in, touch the machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're taking his armor then, Zan?
Unless there's someone else who feels they would.
Oh gosh, no, it's way too large for me. Those are some pretty fine boots. You gonna take those too? I'm just trying to take an inventory of what we're selling you.
Have you already put it on, Zan?
No, he's actually put it away because he's gonna clean it first and like inspect it really well.
Okay.
But the temptation is massive for him to put it on. The boots, do they look like they're anything special or anything like that, or is that a part of the armor itself?
Looks like it's part of the armor. It's got some
Okay.
steel caps on the front, but it looks like it's just all part of the same thing.
Awesome.
There
They're
you go.
ball breakers.
Yeah, they've got like a steel cap at the front and spines on, like one spine on either side, kind of piercing out. Looks sick.
It would, of course,
Klingon
be my
boots.
luck that these are dark implements.
Can I just make one suggestion? Don't wear those in town. Yeah, well,
Do I look
you know,
like this when I'm in town?
you can change your clothes too?
Like, he's wearing black armor now. Normally he wears like brownish,
Oh.
grayish looking. Everything changes.
Oh, all right, never mind. You're way ahead of me on that one. Before we leave, Reed would like to inspect the coffin just to see if there's anything special, like any buttons,
Yeah,
panels.
yeah.
No.
You climb up onto the coffin now, and you're kind of searching underneath it, and with your little hands, kind of
Doing
shoving
everything,
underneath
going.
As you
Nice.
do, you feel
Ooh.
that there's like a. You can make an investigation check if you like.
I can't.
Yo, you're
Um,
so upset. It sucks. Doesn't it?
You feel the padding inside kind of give under your feet, under your hands. What was once pristine and held in time is now rotting, and it kind of gives way, like just in your hands, and kind of the wood around on the casket looked pristine before, and now it's starting to turn like it's getting like scuffs on it, and it's starting to, just before your eyes, it's like it's catching up. Time. Your armor is fine though, Zan. Still seems to be held in place.
So, besides his armor and his weapon, was this guy buried with anything else? Like any?
I don't see anything. It seems to be disintegrating.
Everything's just
Yeah,
starting to rot.
To be
Okay.
fair, it's really gross, and I don't want to touch it. You're more than welcome to do it. I would order you.
I'll take your word for it.
I feel awkward ordering you around, even though I am your employer. So
I mean,
it's just
you've
a
yet to
suggestion.
actually pay me, so this is kind of a nebulous concept.
It's a big word.
He's well read. All right, make an investigation check.
One moment. Let's do
You search through the rot and the remains of this.
21.
21. You kind of searching through all of the rot and all of the grossness of the casket, and you don't find anything else. It's definitely completely clean. Usually people with a lot of money, a lot of note, will be buried with riches or gold, gems. This guy seemed to just have that one gem.
The gem that talks to our bard. Oh, wonderful.
Yay! Technically, the
What could
hunter or the
possibly
ranger
go?
has it.
Well,
It's in the bag.
It looks like we should go back to town.
It's done.
Okay.
And pay for the bar tab for the next week.
You turn around You make your way back out the crypt. You travel back through the hall. The door is still wide open. As you travel through it, the door closes behind you. The gems, one last bright flash, and then they go dim. As you walk,
Do you think we should try to pry the gems out of the wall?
I don't. That's your choice. I don't think we should touch them anymore.
I
I'm not
have
that
no
strong,
special
so.
opinion, but gems are valuable, and I'm always up for more money.
what do you do?
Okay, I guess we're moving on.
As I said, I can't reach them, so.
Yeah, it would be down to Ander and Zan, and Ander will do what Zan does.
Well, nobody seems to make an outward gesture toward going for the gem, so he'll follow the bard out.
We can.
I
we can
figured
always
the
come
greedy
back
guy
for
would have
him.
been all over it.
Those gems hurt him. Hold the
They were
grudge.
spicy gems.
I don't like spicy gems. Plain
All right.
marinara sauce, please.
You just look back.
What?
Yeah, Reed, we're wrapping up now. You look back over your shoulder and you can see the gems, and you kind of just shake your head and walk off, thinking that perhaps it's not the best of decisions. You exit the crypt. No resistance as you make your way out. You kind of ready yourself for any kind of attack from bugs or plant life creature or anything else that might come through the cracks, but nothing seems to move or shift. You come out of the cracks and you can see the remnants of the scarecrow still scattered across the muddy dirt. The forest is still silent, and you make your way back between the trees. Your ranger, remembering exactly where you came, leads the way, bow cocked. You reach the clearing of the forest. Everyone make perception checks real quick. All right, everyone but Zan. Zan, you're probably a little distracted by everything that's been going on today or tonight. It's made you think. But you two, you can hear in the distance screaming, shouting. You can smell on the air fire, smoke. And as you break through the forests back onto the farmland, you can see Jack's house. The distance, ablaze, completely lit. The town beyond Hillfort, pockets of red fire and embers are just burning. The embers are floating in the night air above. You can hear screams for help, shouting and all sorts of cacophony. What would you like to do?
I would like to notice if the tavern's on fire or not.
You can't quite make it out from here. You're like right at the back of a farmland, kind of looking at this town ahead.
Man, I hope our rabbit's okay. And then
Well, it's definitely going to be well cooked, right? After a second of just like pure shock, I'm just going to like make a beeline. I'm going to start running towards.
right. Do we go into the town or Jack's house?
Jack's house is
I mean,
gone.
one's on the way to
It's
the
like
other.
in complete,
it's
it's
completely gone.
completely ablaze. So you run towards
into the town then.
All right, you hit the main street.
Chug, chug, chug.
Yeah, in between buildings. Despite all of the screams and shouts, you can't really see any people. You can hear them screaming from further beyond, as if the carnage has moved through the town from where you had come. Buildings are light and things have been smashed and carts have been crashed across the street. You hit the main square. You can see the tavern to your left is actually ablaze. The sign kind of flipping in the breeze.
A rabbit.
Before you, in the square, you can see commoners kind of running through the shadows, screaming and shouting. You can see a shift, like a tear in the very fabric of reality. And in front of it, a man stands, his cloak pulled over so you can't see his face, his shrouded figure in shadow. And as you approach, as you run down into the square, he just turns and through the tear and disappears. In front of him, are three large humanoid creatures. Their skin milky grey, fingers long like fleshy hooks that hang from elongated arms, pincer teeth like snakes, and a tongue that lolls and kind of flops across. These three humanoid creatures stand in front of the tear as if guarding it, guarding the precious creature that had just turned and disappeared from its what it had done. So their black, lifeless eyes all focus on a figure, a woman. You can see only her back, shrouded in also a black cloak. She stands in front of these creatures, waiting for whatever may happen. And you can hear her voice scream out to you, "Did you get the stone at least?" And that is where we're going to end our session for today.
I am so glad we brought the stone.
Woo!